And then too, like, if you knew if you knew something I didn't know about a person and you felt like I was making a bad move based on what you know about this person that I don't know, why wouldn't you say something? It's like when I got out to California, this is some shit that fucked me up too. When I got out to California, mind you, I had stopped smoking and shit. So I started smoking again. And I got to California and mind you, we smoking. It's something we did all the time. Weed legal in California, people smoke. It is what it is. So uh my cousin friend pull up, and this the first time he ever rode. He pulled up with his blunt rolled. You know what I'm saying? Usually he rolled a blunt in front of us. Every other time we smoked, this is the first time he had a blunt rolled when he came, and it's like I ain't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? We done smoked a million times together, so it's like I ain't think shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't think nothing of it. So we out there and shit. We smoking and shit, and I'm like, wait, this ain't no regular weed. Something different. Like it's something different about. Mind you, man, we done smoked back to back to back to back to back some of the best weed in California. Like the best weed they got out there. Cause that shit around for real. So it's like we literally out there and I'm like, wait, I done smoked 4 or 5 blunts back to back with these guys and I ain't never felt like this. This time I felt like weak. I couldn't stand up. Weird, like I ain't never felt like something was taking over me, like controlling my body's functioning more than me, ever, in anything I've ever done. Like I ain't never did drugs before. I smoked weed before, but I never smoked weed to the point where I smoked weed and this weed is taking over my bodily functions. And it's like it's damn near a struggle for me to just stand up. And it's like something different about that. Like I done drank alcohol before, and I've never been drunk to the point where it's controlling me. So it's like I'm smoking and I'm like, I notice like after a while, like I stopped talking once it kicked in whatever it is that was on that weed or in that weed, that blunt that we smoked. And it was my fault too because I know you ain't supposed to smoke nothing you didn't see get rolled. But it's like, shit, trusting people. Feeling like, man, we done smoked 1,000 times. He just gonna come with some good weed. I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, um, we smoking this shit, and I'm like, yeah, something not right. But see, me, I'm not the type of person to where when my spidey senses get to going off, I don't alert nobody else to what I'm feeling. I'm not gonna say nothing to you. Like I'ma just peep the move and I'ma move accordingly. Like even when like shit get back to me about niggas speaking down on my name, I'm not gonna tell them that I know. I'ma just move accordingly based on the information I know. So it's like once I realized like, okay, this ain't what we've been smoking all of these times, I didn't say shit. I just slowly drifted apart from everybody else and got the fuck away from them and dealt with it. But it's like everything in me was telling me to faint, but the way the whole situation was, it was just a lot of weird shit going on that night. To where like, um, I'ma be honest, like the feeling I felt like if I fainted, I feel like I wouldn't be here to tell you the story. And in life, when bad shit about to happen, like some real bad shit, you can feel it. And this was one of those instances where I felt like if I fainted, some really bad shit was gonna happen to me. So I refused, and I used the little strength that I had to get in the house around my firearms. So I felt like, hey, I'm gonna get around these firearms, and it's gonna be what it is when I can defend myself against whatever coming at me. But while I feel weak and I can't, nah, we ain't doing that. So it's like I used the little strength I had to get around my firearms, and I locked the door, and I locked myself in a room, and I just put my gun on my chest, and I'm like, well, anybody come to this door, they're not leaving that door with their life, because then it's gonna be the confirmation I needed that they was on some foul shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay. So I got to the room or whatever, and it's like we live in a world where people will not advise against you partaking in a substance that you're unfamiliar with just because you're an adult, when it's like, if you know we ain't never did that shit before, why wouldn't you advise against it? I ain't never felt that off none of the weed we ever smoked prior to that day. So it's like, obviously we've never partook in whatever that substance was on that weed that day together. So it's like, why wouldn't you say, hey, you know that ain't no, like, that's what I would do. But we don't live in a world where people will say something. They will clean past you a blunt knowing that there's something in that blunt that you've never done, because it ain't like y'all ever done it together, for them to know that this is something that you would do. They will clean past you a blunt knowing that there's an unknown substance on it and let you partake in it. And who knows what'll happen if you're not strong enough in the mind to fight what your mind telling you to do, based on this substance being a very powerful substance that's damn near controlling your bodily functions. And it's like, if you ain't strong in the mind and you let something else control you, it will. So it's like, thank God, I just thank God that I was just strong enough in the mind and I refused to faint because of the bad feeling that I had. Like something really bad was gonna happen to me. So it's like that's just how foul shit is. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't get no fuck. I feel like most of the people that's addicted to drugs, their loved ones put them onto it. People who claim to love them. I said what I said. It's all slow as shit.